Hello, English 145 students, and welcome to week 9 here in the English Writing Center. This is Chase again, just to break down what we will be doing for the week. So let's go. You'll see for week 9 that it's broken down into two parts. There's assignment 9 part 1, project 9 part 1, and then we go to assignment 9 part 2 and project 9 part 2. So basically, there's going to be two sections of a reading or a sort of informational component, and there's going to be two sections of a writing component. Let's go ahead and take a look at part 1 and see what it has us doing. As you can see, part 1 of the assignment is all about revision. So this is something that is very important when it comes to your English classes. Too many times students think that once they write out the paper and they have it all typed up, that it's done and ready to be turned in. But revision is something that all students should practice and all students should get comfortable with, because writing is really a process, and rewriting something really does make it better. So it says that we should read a handout about revision by clicking here. So clicking there is going to bring up this page here. It's from the Writing Center at Chapel Hill. And we're just going to scroll down through this and take a look at what revision is. Some of this might be review, some of it might be new, but do read it carefully, and as it says back here, make sure you take some notes, because you are going to be asked about it when it comes time to do some writing. So once you're done with that, you can go ahead and just hit next here, and it's going to take us to the first part of the project. So project 9 part 1 first asks us to list 3 revision strategies that we picked up from the article that we have just read. That is why it's so important to take notes, so you can just jump right down to your notes and pick out 3 strategies. It says don't copy and paste, because we are going to be looking for the writing in your own words. So please write it, in your own words. The next thing it has us doing after we do that is revising a sample student paragraph. So we are going to get some instructions here, some questions to consider, like is the first sentence a topic sentence that explains the author's main point? Is all the information included in the body of the paragraph relevant to the topic? Does the student have a concluding statement that wraps up the paper? And if the answer is no, then it's up to you to revise it. So it tells us that we can copy and paste the paragraph below to revise it. This is the sample paragraph right here. Read through it carefully, and then once you're done reading it, see what you can revise. Remember that to bring the text box down, you hit submit assignment, and it brings it down here. And then copying and pasting it, you could just do it right in here. Once you're done with that, what you can do is call over a tutor. They'll go over it with you, let you know if the revision is on point, and if they sign off on that, you can go right down to part 2. So part 2 has us doing something that is part of the review process for essays or papers as well, and that's proofreading. So revision comes first because revision has you making really significant changes. You're changing things around in the writing, you're adding more details, you're adding, topic sentences and concluding sentences. Proofreading is more on the grammatical level. Still important, but is not so much concentrated on content. So this gives us some explanation when it comes to proofreading. We're just going to scroll down, read this, and take notes as well, just like you did for the revision reading. Once you're done with that, let's go to part 2, and we'll see that part 2 has us doing something very similar to part 1. So it asks us for 3 proofreading strategies. You're going to list those here, and you're going to put them in your own words, and then after that, you're going to proofread this sample student paragraph. Just like there are some things to ask yourself or look out for in the revision section, here's some things to look out for in the proofreading section. We'll just hit submit assignment, the text box is going to pop down, and once you're all done, just call a tutor over before you hit that submit assignment down here at the bottom. So that is it for this week's work. It is, again, very important, and hopefully you pick up some of these strategies and use them in your own writing when it comes to your class. So again, if you have any questions, just raise your hand, ask a tutor or an instructor in the lab, and I hope you all have a nice week. All right, see ya.